All right, we got a special guest in the house today. Today we are pulling receipts, doing confirmations. For the people that don't know you, can you please introduce yourself?
Yo, what up, man? I mean, it is what it is. Niggas know who it be. I mean, ain't nothing changed. It's just been a little minute. Niggas know how I get down. I mean, it's nonstop. I mean, we take it way back, 166 and 10. I mean, PM Mob. I mean, CLK for life. You know, Buddha Zombies. You know, 23 Park, man. We just take it back. Y'all know what it is. It's nonstop, baby.
All right, and what age did you meet Cuban Link?
I mean, we was like bambinos, man. Looking at way, 16, 17. It goes deeper than that. When we was 14, when we first, you know what I mean, we started playing softball, got the first PAL league up in 23 Park. So, you know, it's just been years because, you know, they from Lowvilles. We from Forest Projects, you know. That was the stomping grounds. Everybody know what it is. And, you know, but since like 14 to 16, it goes deeper than that, man. It's just been so many years, but.
Were you close to Big Pun, Tony Sunshine, and Triple Seis as well?
We all grew up. I mean, I was close to all of them, know what I mean? But once the limelight came, know what I mean, you know, Pun blew up, you know, everybody went their own ways, but I've been there since day one, you know, because once they start going on tour, you know, things change. But Cuban, you know, from day one, when Cuban got signed, you know, he definitely took us underneath. I was with Cuban pretty much every day, man. It's like where he lives, I wasn't too far away. You know, I did his whole basement. You know what I mean? I renovated his whole basement. It was just crack. It was crazy up in the BX over there by Soundview. You know what I mean? So yeah, it goes back. It's history. And Tony Sunshine, he lived in Forest Projects. You know what I mean? He lived in 760, 166 and 10th Street. He lived in 8E. I lived in 9E. You know what I mean? So that goes way back when we was riding skateboards and roller skating in the hallway, getting ready to go to Skate Key. You know what I mean? You feel me? So yeah, I know them very well.
Now, you are mostly known for the mythology, this hip hop rumor, alleged thing that happened where Cuban Link was present and so was Tony Sunshine, and somebody got touched. Can you please give us a full detailed account of what happened in that situation?
Go- Going deep. You know, it's just crazy. Let me just put it this way, right? I'm gonna give you details. I mean, it's just fill facts. It's just the truth. See how we grew up in the streets, man. Especially if we was a team, we was family, man. It wasn't like we was a gang. We meet up the next day. We got to report to duties, pay dues, this and that. Nah, we grew up since bambinos, man. Forest projects. We hung out. We looked for each other. We played tag. We go to Littlevilles. I mean, 23 Park, handball courts, basketball. We hung out every day. Punta come there, Moondog, all of us. That Pacific day was just, you know, that's when Tony was getting this little fame, you know. To be honest with you, when Tony's first track that he did, it was on a floating hospital. It was a floating hospital boat down in Manhattan. I never forget, it was a Saturday. He came upstairs, he said, yo, nonstop. You want to roll out? I was like, yeah, nigga, what's up? Let's go. It was just me and him. So, you know, we rolled out. We went down there, you know, went down behind. He had some chicks down there. He did some shit. I did some little 16 verse rap. At that time, man, I ain't really know what I mean? But the shit was tight. Only thing I know, we came home with some bitches, right? So it is what it is. So those same chicks, you know, that's how it started. And we've been in contact with the same chicks for years. Then we started getting more business all of a sudden. You know, Pun came around. He hung in 23 Park, Cuban. We all hung out together. And that's when, you know, the music was getting popping. They discovered Tony had a voice. We always knew. We gave him the name R&B. You know what I mean? Tony Sunshine, Anthony Cruz. We gave him the name R&B. You feel me? Because the dog had a voice. It was like, yo, this our little nigga. But he wasn't built like that. You feel me? He was not built like that. You know, I'm a street nigga. You know? I did my time. I did my dirt. I did my. You know, I thank God where I'm at now. But you know, some things you just can't let go or leave alone because it's brought back out. And he was the type. He got the money. Tony Sunshine was the type. He'll call cops on himself, dogs, just to get the attention. We'd be chilling in 23 Park, smoking, chilling. All of a sudden, we see him flying that way, running. Like, what the fuck's wrong with this? Call cops on himself. That was him. But you know, he's a good dude back then. But once that money, and I noticed every time there was a chick around, he act different. I'm like, yo, why this nigga is always like trying to be the bigger person or stand out more? He's a pretty boy. You know, we always looking good. We all have. He ain't had no paper. I used to lend this nigga my leather jackets when the leather vests came. I used to lend this nigga my kicks, man. I always had that paper. I was a hustler. So he was a little nigga just trying to come up. I was little too, but he was more of a little nigga. You know what I mean? I was known for fighting 6 foot niggas, or, you know what I mean, 6'1" niggas. Took a lot of losses, took more wins, but I was street and never gave up. I scrapped to his blood. That was just in my DNA. You know what I mean? That's another story about the family. But the same chicks of that night we met for years. It was in Tony Sunshine's house. And we went to his house. We played hooky. Called up bitches. He called them up. Hot chicks. He got this first little open door. They already,
Wait, 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 wait. This happened in his own house?
yeah, in his own house, man, in his apartment. Cause we
Oh
played
my
hooky in his
God.
house. This was in Forest Projects. No, matter of fact, rewind. I'm lying. Mix up. It wasn't. We hung out in Tony Sunshine's house. When we got the bitches there, we ended up in Al's house. Al lived in 5D, the same building on the fifth floor. So we took the bitches from Tony's house. We was all hanging up there. Then we went downstairs to Al's house, and that's when Cuban and them came. And I wanted my man White Boy was there too, man. It was Benny Blanc, it was Al, it was Cuban, and it was my man White Boy. Okay, Cuban, and he was trying to remember who else was there, but it was White Boy. He had some bitches there. So, I mean, it was cute. It was bad. I mean, at that time, we young. So, we had,
How many girls?
it was 3 chicks there. One was Tony, the other two was some smuts, whatever. But, we was drinking, smoking. So you already know what was going to happen then. And Triz and Dan you all day. Pun started it. So, but Tony acted like he wanted all the chicks. He was trying to play dudes. And he wasn't built that life, man. But he was trying to play me, man. He was trying to play me. Everybody else ain't pay no mind to it, but me, I'm gonna try to catch on to it. Sometimes, yeah, I like to call shots because that's what I do. I did a lot of dirt, and I repped in the streets. But Tony was that day. He just felt like he was the Don of Dons. Had the chick chilling, kissing on her, and he wasn't nobody touching her and all that. Then we was drinking, smoking. He just started mouthing off. Like every time you would ask him a question, he would suck his teeth at me, and I'd be like, "Yo, why are you acting like that?" He said, "What are you talking about, bro?" And I was like,
He
"Ah."
said it like that?
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, "What are you talking about, bro?" He said, "Nah, we good." I said, "Why you trying to play me?" He said, "Nah, nigga." What he said? What was it, man? It was something that started it. Oh, it's about the floating hospital. That's how it started. Because the chick that he was sitting with, I told him, that's the same chick we met in the floating hospital. I told him, "Yo, what's up with Shorty right there?" Now, that ain't his girl. Know what I mean? He was like, "Nah, that's my Shorty. Get back up, man. I mean, she don't want you. That's my business." You know what I mean? I don't know if he was playing, but I take that cool because he didn't just tell me that. He said that shit in front of the bitches.
Right.
So the type of guy I am. I mean, why would you even say that, bro? I mean, like, yeah, when I drink, come on, man. At that age, I love to fight, bro. I love to fight. So, I mean, we're family. We're in my man's house, so ain't nobody really gonna know what happens. You know what I mean? So that's what we do. And sometimes we used to throw house parties Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, bro, in the same fucking building. No lie. And have bitches. We did big things. And for Tony to do that because now he's getting popular in his voice, you know what I mean, he getting his deal. He's like forgetting where he came from. He forgetting how he
Wait, so
got
this
in
was
what?
this was right before he got his deal?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right before he got his deal, man. I mean, like he knew it was gonna happen because Pun already, people was looking at him. You know what I mean? He had the voice. And he was getting the bitches, he was getting things. He didn't have no deal. This was right before the deal. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
So at this time, was Pun already signed to Joe, or he was like
No, they
right on
was
the
in the
cusp?
works. At that, I don't know about paperwork, but at that time, no. As I see in the
But they met
streets,
Joe already.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They met Joe. I mean, Pun. If I'm not mistaken, Pun and Cuban, they was already starting because they was playing softball together. So the talk was already in the air. Joe already did the first track, Flow Joe. I mean, I held the banner in the Puerto Rican Day Parade. PN Mob, where we are. That's like the junior terror squads. I mean, we protect the block too. It's like little niggas that come around, saw shit, terror squad. You know what I mean? We there, we handle it. It was big terror squad can handle it with us, or they see we getting busy. I mean, they coming in there helping us because we was all from the same hood. That's how I really got. Now, don't get me wrong, Tony. When it's shit like that, he'll get busy. But like niggas out the crew, in other words, he gotta be like 5, 6 niggas. He won't scrap by himself. Know what I mean? He won't throw that joint down. It's just weird. Like 3 weeks after that. I mean, after what happened with Cuban, about a couple of months later. Nah, a couple of months, maybe a year later, something like that. I got stabbed 6 times up in 7 Boulevard. And, you know what I'm saying? It was like 10 years, but we was getting it popping. But thank God I'm still here. It is what it is. But there's a lot of controversy to that story, and that's on another chapter. But it was real. But a lot of people got involved. But yeah, let's go back to that story. So that day when right in the house, the last part I told you, man, the chicks, man, he was embarrassing me, bro. So I told her to chill on some real shit, man. I said, yo, Tony, chill, man.
Were you
He ain't
drunk at this time?
Nah, we was feeling nice because
You
he was
feeling nice?
actually making my. We was feeling nice, but he was making my highness go away. I mean, we had a couple of 40s. We had more weed than 40s. Now, I mean, it wasn't. It was in the daytime, so we was playing hooky. We
Mm.
ain't gonna get too drunk. I mean, so that's how I know because we still had to go home. But he just kept on. He was saying some wild shit, and it started from the chick. And when we went to the Florida hospital, about him saying, "Oh, that chick don't want you," but he said that shit in front of her. I said, "Nigga, I'm a fly nigga, whatever the case may be." But I said, "Yo, nigga, don't you trying to play me?" And that's when it
Especially in
happened.
front of the girl.
Yeah, you can't, girls. You know what I mean? They old
Girl,
look. He
right.
was loud. You know what I mean? Then he's grabbing onto the chick, kissing on her, talking to me, looking at me sideways like he's some G, man. On some real shit. Like he's some G, but it is what it is. He kept on mouth and mouth and mouth. And I said, yo, my nigga, you so pussy, bro. I can't even touch you with my hands because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt you. And I was like, I slap you with my dick, man. I embarrass you in front of your kids. I said, I end your whole career.
So how was the layout of the room? Do you remember like where everybody was when that was going down?
Cuban and I was sitting on the board on the bed, and my white boy and I was sitting next to the window, and Blanc was over there next to the window too. It was something like that, but it was like all of us in the room. It was just a TV, a bed. I mean, it's like the hangout house.
Where was Tony at?
He was sitting on the bed with Shorty. Shorty was between his
Okay.
legs.
And then the other girls were sitting where?
They was sitting with my man, white boy. They was over there hanging out. They was rolling, smoking. They was sitting on the bed, and my white boy Al and them, like, they was standing and the chicks were sitting on the bed. It was like talking, man. Cuban was sitting on the bed and the chicks were sitting on one side. We was all
Gotcha.
chilling, man. They had the music on and all that.
So you tell him, I can't even touch you with my hands. I will slap you with my. What does he say right after that?
I mean, they thought I was playing, and then my nigga Al, he already knew it, and Al gassed the shit out. He was like, man, stop playing. You ain't gonna do no shit like that, yo. He said, I ain't pussy, bro. He kept saying he ain't pussy, he ain't pussy. I said, Tony, we know you, bro. I ain't your
Oh,
fucking
Tony was
career.
saying this. Tony was saying
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he's
He
not.
kept saying he's not pussy. He's not pussy. You know what I mean? He always wanted to practice this karate judo shit. You tell me? I don't know what the fuck he used to do. He used to do some shit like this stuff, like some stupid shit, some crazy shit like that and all that. I guess there's some little kid shit. Karate used to be on Channel 5, come on Saturdays. He'd watch that shit. You know what I mean? He'd practice on that shit. And like, what the fuck you doing, bro? So, he tempted it. And I said, my nigga, he kept on. He just kept on wilding. He kept on talking shit, bro. You know me. I'm the type of nigga that'll set it off on anybody, bro.
So he's saying that I'm not pussy, and basically, Al is antagonizing you, saying that you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. So what
Al
happens
ain't
after
attack.
that?
Al is a gasser, bro. Al is a real nigga. Al and Benny, those are my main two dudes, man. Those are my main. Those are my niggas, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I mean, they hold the nigga down, bro. I mean, on some real shit. They. But Al's also an instigator, bro. He's a real nigga. Don't get it twisted. My nigga's dangerous, but he's a instigator. He could get two. He could get two nuns to fight, bro. That's how serious it is. So he's gassing Tony up. He ain't gassing me up. He's gassing Tony up. And for what was that? Tony like pushed the chick to the side, and then it's like, I dare you, because she was getting heated by then because he kept on, and then this got on
Wait,
his knees.
Tony said, "I dare you."
Ow, ow, ow. He was instigating and saying, nah, you ain't gonna do that shit. You ain't gonna do that shit. I said, stop playing, man. And then this nigga Tony, I turned around, his nigga's like getting on his knees or something. Like he's just, I think he did that because he was showing off in front of the bitches, man. Because he probably really thought I wasn't gonna do it. And so I was, what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy, but yeah, pulled out Big Daddy and I had to, it was more than a helicopter, bro. It was,
How many sets I mean, how many steps did you walk
It was
towards
about
him?
four, man.
You,
It was about four. It was like one, two, well,
okay.
and five, but it was about 4 to 5.
And so you pulled it out and he sees it with you in your hand and he's
Now,
still just sitting there or
I
he
took the second step. I already had it out of my hand. I was already when Al said that last shit, that shit. I looked down. I just opened my shit, put it down, man, and started grabbing my shit, walking to him. When I pulled it out, that's when I started swinging, and that's when I called him. Bah! Then I went again. Bah! Then I went again. Bah! And then he said, "Yo!" Then everybody said, "Yo!" Then he went like this, and I said, "What?" Then I said, "What?" And then I said, "No." I turned around, got the blunt, and started smoking. You know, and let everybody else finish, and that was the end of that, bro.
so wait, he was thinking about fighting you at that point, but he decided not
I mean,
to?
he did all that kung fu shit, and he, I ain't turn my back on him because any nigga get smacked, man, right there. I mean, he know I'm quick with the hands. So, I mean, back then I was quick with the hands. Imagine now. So it is what it is. He knows what's up, man. I mean, yeah, I got a lot of anger in my heart too, but you know what I mean. It's doing it's dirty, man. I mean,
Wait.
he
Okay,
treated
so
nigga.
so he what did he do exactly right after that he got slapped?
I told you, bro. Were you not
No, so
hearing?
he
I told you. This nigga started doing some kung fu shit. He's watching, what's that shit that used to come on Saturdays, bro? We watched that shit as a little kid. What was it? The karate shit. We watched it every Saturday.
uh
This nigga started doing shit, bro. Breathing in and out. So, I was ready to. I thought it was over. We was about to get it popping. I was just gonna two piece him real quick.
so
And
did
then
you
that
put
would have
up your
stopped him.
hands? Did you put up your hands or
No.
no?
For
Okay.
what? No. I told you. When he did the kung fu shit, I turned around, I grabbed the blunt, I'm smoking, I looked at him, and all he's saying was, "All right, man, let's f-" and that's it.
Oh
Just walked out the
wow.
room, everybody's laughing, the bitch is laughing, and yeah, I don't think he never seen those bitches again after that, I'll tell you that much.
So the shorty that was on his lap, was she laughing too?
Yeah, Al started f***ing her.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Al snapped me. That shit was f***ed up. Yeah, Al
So
started
he got
fucking
slapped
her.
with a and he lost his
Yeah. That's
oh
fucked
my
up. He
god. Okay.
started, stop. Like you would say, you're a troublemaker, dog. For real. You start in trouble. Yeah, listen, stop playing. Yeah, Al the shit out of her too. Right, that nigga was bragging about that shit. That shit was funny. And Al and Benny, man, my nigga Benny Blanc and Al, man. That's some real dogs. But that's the story right there. My nigga, there's no what they say now these days, no cap. I ain't with that shit cap. I mean, no bullshit, man. I mean, straight real music, man. I mean, it's no talk. I mean, I ain't trying to hurt the career. I just, it is what it is. But you deserve the truth. People, there's too many side stories going back and forth, man. My nigga Cuban ain't lying. Too many sides. It happened. It's just, yeah, we was young, but that's something you just can't take away. We was young, but we was living that life. You know what I mean? I was getting that money at that age. I was well connected. So we always Tony was good. This was, giving him plates of food and all that good shit, bro. My nigga was good. He didn't have a lot. I mean, we all didn't have a lot, but we stuck together as a family. We thought, the one is gonna blow up, he's gonna bring everybody in. You know what I mean? This
Right.
was like some fairy tale movie shit. We wasn't expecting Joe to put us on because Joe put Pun on. Joe put and then Pun, and Cuban Straight Brothers. They was the first ones to step on Forest Soil. When they stepped on Forest Soil, they came together. We brought them up there. They started hanging out. Then we all just started hanging out together. So when they stepped on it, it was real music, man. We was all fan, bro. So then money changes, shit, man. Money changes people.
Yeah, always does.
It's what it is.
Did
So
you
and
ever
when I say
speak
that, you see that what?
did you ever speak with Tony about it again?
No, we've been cool after. I mean, we still was cool. We still. I mean, I don't remember when they first. What year was that, man? What when they first got their deals, like 2000 or something, 99, 2000. I don't know. Something like that, and I know because they dropped the album like in '98. See, I don't even remember all the politics. The only thing I know is whenever Fat Joe did the Flow Joe, we held the band. That was the first track. And this shit was real. That's when shit was getting on the map. And he Pun and Cuban, and when it was full of clips first, because my man B, which was Puns and Cubans, man, good dude, rest in peace, man. B was a good dude. He the one that started Full of Clips. I mean, like really promoting them and shit like that. But Full of Clips been back since since the sick one, Tune, he's out there chilling, living life. I mean, when it was Dog, Moondog, you know, when it was Triple Ace and, you know, Cuban, Lyrical Assassin, when it was back then, that's when it started, bro. And that's how Pun heard of him, and that's how, I mean, that's how Joe heard of him, and that's when things was going down. I don't know too much. You know, like I said, we was out there together. I never was in the politics and the books with them. I was a street nigga, man. I was about getting money. But one thing I always had was a legit job. I did my dirt in the street, but I had a legit job. You understand what I'm saying? But that's how it was, man, back then. And that's when this was getting, you know, the music was popped off, man. And it was fun, man. You had fun, bro. I hung out with Cuban more. I never went to parties and studios like that with Joe, you know. I was with Cuban.
What do you
I
say
mean,
to the people that say it's suspect for you to do that to a man with other men in the room while women are watching from the stands? Because this is like, you know, a lot of the
I
fans.
mean, they ain't suspect. You know, it's not suspect. It's each his own, man. I mean, if you gonna sit there and let a nigga do it to, that's your business. I mean, you handle your business. I can't tell the next person how to feel. I can't tell the next person what to think about the next person of that certain or that's happening to. You understand? I can't tell you, yo, you should feel like this because you know now nonstop slap Tony. I can't tell you how to feel about that. That's back then. You understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's for a reason. I mean, you try to embarrass me, bro. You know, you was there. I mean, we already know what you was gonna do. Once you get that money, you was gonna leave us behind, bro. You was gonna say, "F us." That's what you pretty much did. To certain, is you had your little picks.
You
He
could
didn't
tell by
really.
his character at that age you already knew.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he took. He wanted to be known out there, so he took his certain type of people he had from, you know, where his grandma lives, 184 and Hughes Avenue, you know, where he got Cuban's chain snatched for. You know, Cuban went out there with the Mac to get that shit. That was right there on Hughes Avenue, off of Tremont Avenue and Hughes. Because I'm from that area, my family is, you know, Little Italy. I ain't gonna go too that far, but then shit like that. But you know, everybody knows about the Bronx. But you know, it goes deep, bro. It's a lot, man. It's a fucking lot, man. Get the fuck out. I gotta get back to work, man. You gonna pay me an hour or something, man? What's going on?
Do you regret doing that to Tony?
Regret what, bro? That's just like me saying,
All right,
dude.
well, that answers it.
And I mean, regret what? You fucking sitting kidding me? That was your last question? Don't call me again, Panda. You fucked up. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, man. You good. You good. You good. You good.
No, I got a bunch of questions, but I realized that you got to go.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
I mean, this
yeah.
was the main thing.
Yeah, we got a topic and just highlight you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? For life, it's PN. CLK, man. It is what it is. I mean, it is what it is.
All right, man. I appreciate you nonstop.
No doubt.
Thank you for your time, man.
No doubt, man. Holla at me.